go, and pop it into the bowl there. What I want you to do is just mash it down, maybe cut those limes in half and pop it inside there. Now what I'm going to do is grab these 2 red onions here, take the core out of them, and I'm going to slice them nice and thin. What I want to do is make the loaded part of it. So what I'm going to do is get some onion that's nice and fine, some bacon, and crisp, and fry them all up together so they've got that beautiful, smoky, sweet caramel flavour. You're just about to start.
Well, you see, I mean, you went for the traditional potato, which I was surprised with, but I knew actually you were going to have something up your sleeve to just turn it on its head.
Oh, I agree.
You didn't disappoint.
Oh, I'm not going to disappoint anyone. Now, the thing about chips is often people have chips, and most of the time you buy chips in a fast food joint, they have deep fries. Now, frying and deep frying is something that requires hot oil at home, and I reckon that chips that are cooked in the oven with a little bit of olive oil on them are just as good and a lot safer to do.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, they do come out quite well. Now, I've got my pan really hot here. The bacon is lovely, back fat bacon. We often call this speck or just the tail end of the bacon. Lots of flavour, lots of smoky bacon goodness, which is what this dish is all about. I'll give that a bit of a toss, and you can see the bacon's starting to render down already, and this is where the fun part comes in. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil into the pan like that, and you can really get that bacon sizzling. Sizzling away like a pork chop, as my dad used to say. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is pop in the onion, and what I want to do is fry that onion up a little bit so it caramelises beautifully. How you going with the guacamole there? Looks
Good.
isn't it?
I just went ahead. I've done some chives.
You've done the chives, so I'm going to add some smoked paprika and some cayenne pepper for a little bit of spice. About a teaspoon of each goes straight into there.
Yeah, get that kick in there.
While you're doing that, I've got some jalapeno peppers that I'm going to cut in half, and you can see the jalapenos are beautiful. I love them. They've got a great flavour, and they work well with guacamole. They're beautiful, aren't they?
They are. We do like the spice, don't we, for our metabolism?
We do like a lot of spice. I think also we like to flavour them when they're pickled, which is how you find them most of the time.
Ooh.
But I think fresh jalapenos are gorgeous. A good sprinkle of salt goes in there, and a good twist of pepper, because we want to make sure it tastes nice and delicious. It's looking good already, isn't it?
It
There we
is.
go.
Do you want the lime in there?
Squeeze the lime in there. Not the whole lime, but just the juice. Now, the best way to make guacamole is with a fork. What I like to do is just mash it up nice and slowly till we get it all sort of broken up a little bit, and then we fold all the herbs and stuff through it. Now, all we need to do is mash this up a little bit, caramelise the onions and crisp up that bacon just a little bit, which will take another 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll get these chips out of the oven and we'll fully load our fries. Gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah,
Nice and hot.
pretty good, huh?
If you can sprinkle some of the cheese on, once I've got the bacon and the onion on there, look at that. Does that look good? Oh, it's just building up these layers. That's it, go for
A little
it.
bit of that.
Use it like you stole it, Rosie. There we go. Pop that cheese on there, and then we put some spring onions on top, some jalapeno peppers on there, a little pinch of smoked paprika on there, a little bit of cayenne pepper. Now what I'll do is grab the rest of the chips and pile them on top, and I'm using a nice little oven dish here, and you try to use a dish that will go into the oven and also look quite good to serve in as well, because you're actually going to put this on the table in front of the TV, because this is the sort of dish you would have when you're watching the grand final or the football or maybe the surfing finals or some sort of sporting event. Now on goes the rest of that cheese. Come on, load it right up. This is cholesterol giving food. This will make sure that you can book an appointment at the cardio ward.
This isn't the 5 a day, is it? Really?
And book yourself in for a year's supply of Lipitor and an oxygen mask, because this will hurt a lot. I would recommend that you only have a small amount of this, but if you're going to have it, you might as well have something that's good. Now this just goes into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes at about 180 to 200 degrees Celsius. Rosie, have a look at these fries, fully loaded, lots of cheese and goodness.
I'm getting my fingers in there.
Get your fingers in there. I'm just going to pull it out with a fork. Look at that. I just want that cheese to come out. Look at that stringy bit of cheese.
Now this is looking beautiful. This is pure comfort.
It does make you feel comfortable. It's a sort of food that makes my heart slow down just a little bit, because I know it's going to kill me very slowly, but what a way to go. And I'll put a